Aboye, Aboshishe, everyone. Welcome to another inspiring episode of Faces of Ifa. I am your host, Ifa Dosumu Oshun Fumite Egdekemi, and today we are shining the spotlight on a woman whose name radiates across continents. Truly a cultural icon, a living embodiment of art, culture, and spirituality. Our guest has spent nearly 2 decades devoted to preserving and promoting African traditions. She is a gifted Orisa daughter, a master of the talking drum, a captivating chanter, and a powerful dancer who uses her art as a bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds. From her early beginnings in Nigeria, working alongside renowned musicians and actors, to becoming the CEO of Ajijobata of Africa Art Limited and the founder of Ajijobata of Africa Temple in Canada. Her journey is one of passion, purpose, and preservation. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Yeyelorisa Ariyike, also known as Ajijobata of Africa.
Fadosumo, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is Ariyike Ajijobata of Africa.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Wow. So
It's
I
so
welcome.
good to have you. I'm honored. So, can you tell us about your upbringing in Nigeria and what first drew you to the path of African spirituality and the arts?
Yeah, firstly, I'll give thanks to Olodumare. I'll give thanks to my ancestors. I give thanks to my mother. I give thanks to my father. I give thanks to my Ori, my Egbe, my Egungun, all my Orisha. I give thanks to them. And as in, it's my pleasure to join your live streaming today, Ifa Dosumu. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate all the work you've been doing for Igbarumole. May Igbarumole and Olodumare continue to bless you and guide you and protect you.
Ashe.
Because anytime I see anyone, being a lady, being a man, being a woman, being anybody that is doing a great job in the community,
Yeah. Thank you.
so I give those to you. You're really wonderful. You are doing good. You
Ashe.
brought up
Thank you
this
so much.
live streaming, these faces of Odisha, face of Ifa live streaming, and I found it like it's educating. It's something that I sometimes I'm always driving or I'm on my way to work. You can see me that I'm always on the road.
Yes, yes.
I, I I always join your live streaming and I learn a lot because I learn every day. I learned from this black app. Most of us just press our phone like we want to have fun there. But someone like me, I like to learn. If I'm on a platform that I see people that are talking about a lot of things that that is attractive, that I found that is gonna be a thing that I can learn there. I stayed here to listen. So anytime you're on this live, I'm always joining you and I appreciate you. May Olodumare and Igbarumole continue to bless you more again. Thank you.
Ashe. Thank you
So,
so
I
much.
mean,
Wow, that's
yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much. So yes, can you tell us about your upbringing in Nigeria and what first drew you to the path of African spirituality and the arts?
Okay. Like everybody know, my name is an African name. I was born and bred up in Nigeria. Like I was born and raised in Nigeria, and in a community where tradition was not just backdrop. That is when I was brought and as in, that is where I was raised. And it was the habit of life that from my early age I was immersed in music, drumming, chanting, dancing is something I like to do since when I was small. Before I found it before I found this like for my as my profession, it's something I like to do. I like to dance, I like to sing, I like to drum since when I was born. Even though my parents can testify to you, they said each time any masquerade is they are doing any masquerade festival in my community that they normally found me in the king house I'm always following the masquerade when I was very small, that my parents will be looking for me, that where I am. But at the end of the day, they're gonna find me in the King Palace. That is how they find lost children
Okay.
back in those days. So, and my family held strong spiritual roots, like something I grew up saying. I grew up saying it for my let me say for my ancestors, because before I said, okay, I want to go deep into the Orisha. We all have who we are coming from, however I'm coming from, and before I found it, like, okay, this is my Orisha. This is what I love. It's something I love to do. But you can't say you wanna love singing, dancing, and combining a lot of art together without even knowing your Orisha.
Yeah.
So that is what I can say, that I connected with it, and the art and spiritual were never separated from me. Since when I found that what I'm doing is something that is not ordinary thing, that I'm just like, let's just sing. If I'm singing, if I'm dancing, I dance with my passion. I sing, I chant with my passion. Sometimes I even forget steps. Sometimes I go on stage, like I want to perform, and I've already realized when I want to perform. And when I get to stage, I found myself doing a lot of things that I will be like, when I'm watching the video, I'm always like, is this me?
Wow.
That is when I know what I'm doing. What I'm doing is not something that I'm doing it wholeheartedly, and my whole wish and my ancestors are always following me till date. Anything I want to do, I want to dance, I want to chant, even though without even doing any of my art. If I'm at work, sometimes I do something that I've never did before, and I was like, is this me doing this?
Yes.
So,
That's
and I
amazing.
give I give thanks to Olodumare for that.
So, what was the actual defining moment you knew your life would be dedicated to Ifa, Orisha, and cultural preservation? What moment did you know that this is going to be a lifetime thing?
The first moment the question you asked me, the first moment I realized that, oh, this is what I'm doing, like, because there was a time when I was young, like as a young let me say, as a young lady, as a young woman, I had a spiritual experience during a ritual that left no doubt. You
Okay.
know, that left no doubt at all. So the Orisha had called me. Is not what I just said. I want to dive into it just like that. It's something that it has gradual process, that I passed through all the process, and I thank Olodumare and my Orisha and the rest ancestors for guiding me throughout the journey. Like the Orisha, like I said, like the Orisha called me. It was not just a feeling; it was a knowing from that moment. From the moment I see that this is what I this is what I'm called to do. Because some people just say, okay, you can't just say you want to stand up to you want to wake up tomorrow now, you want to start selling pepper without you knowing what it takes to be a pepper seller. So it's something that about your body shape, about your fat day. So something that I just, it's not as if I woke up and I said I want to start doing it. The Risha called me, and I can say it anywhere, everywhere, that I don't come online to say I know this, I know that, I know that. I'm always learning, and if I don't know anything, I'm always calling people that knows about to ask them. That's why if most of people see me on the street and ask me questions that, oh my god, what's this bead? What's the bead you're wearing? If I don't know anything about it, I can call you that, yeah, if I do sumo, please can you assist me to tell this person? This person is asking me this thing, and I don't know anything. I know just little about it.
Yes.
I always ask questions for something I don't know. Like I surrendered to the path. I knew my purpose was not only to serve Ifa or Rusha, you know, but to carry their messages forward through my performance, like teaching and communicating in the community, as in building confidence, and people do something that I like people to learn from it. When I moved into Canada, a lot of people don't even know A lot of people are already forgotten our heritage, our culture, where we are coming from. When I came to Canada and I went outside, anywhere I'm going to, whether I'm going to work, I'm going to anywhere, I'm always wearing my bead. And wearing my bead on street, you can see that we Africans, I don't want to use I don't want to use F language for Africans. Africans, we most of us traveled abroad. We traveled from where we are coming from. We traveled to all over the world, and some of us, we truly know our culture and we know our heritage. But because of let me say, because of the how should I put it, all these I don't want to mention, like I don't want to be like people, because I always tell people that I don't contemplate and I don't discriminate. All these people, because most of us, our parents told us that this is not a good tradition. You have to go to church, you have to go to mosque. That is the real culture, that is the real things we have to do. We all forget what to do. But most of us know deeply where we come from, because you can imagine me wearing my bead and I'm walking on the streets, and I saw a lot of Africans on the streets looking at me like, so definitely they knows what my base means.
Yeah.
Each time I went outside, or I went for an occasion, people see me wearing my beads. They always want to be like, oh, these people are Olorisha, these people are, because I'm always telling them that, why you people always say we are Olorisha? So you people knows what these beads mean, but you always want to hide under the corner,
Mm.
pretending to be a maybe a Samaritan, or how should I put it? So for me, my profession is not something I just wake up to in a day. It's something that I choose, and the Orisha choose me as well.
Yes. As you explained earlier when you was talking about sometimes, like when you get ready to perform or when you're performing, that you just move with this spiritual energy and you didn't even know that you can even do that like that. So I want to talk about your performance. What when you perform, whether it's dancing or chanting, do you feel guided by spirit? Of course, you said you did. How do you prepare yourself spiritually before stepping on the stage?
As we all know that anytime we wake up in the morning, we all say our Iwuri to Olodumare. We give thanks to Olodumare for waking us up. You know what I mean? Like the way we go all our in our Oseifa, Oseigugun, Osede, we have days. We have different days that we used to do all our Seifa. So that question
Yeah.
hits me that anytime I want to play performance, I want to be on stage. First thing I do is I worry. I do
Okay.
because
Network a little bit.
I'm on chanting. You know, drumming alone for me is a prayer. Drumming alone is a prayer, because all the Orisha has their own drums, like Egbe, Egungun, Ifa, they all have their own drums. So anytime we beat any Orisha drum, the Orisha are always happy. They know that, oh, this person is saying like Eshu now, Eshu Bele, Eshu Bele, Eshu Bele. So Eshu definitely that this is my drum. Eshu will definitely be happy that we are
Yeah.
playing his drum.
Mm.
Likewise Oshun, likewise Ifa, So drumming alone is a prayer for me. Is a wure for me. Like, and also dance is invocation for me as well. So anytime I want to go on stage, I say my way silently before I even, if I'm performing with my band, before I call my band for us to do as in a joint Iwuri together. I'm always doing my Iwuri silently before calling them, because let's come together and do Iwuri. I do my Iwuri, and I talk to my ancestors, and I talk to my drum that, oh, I'm going on stage now. Magic in Kose. má jẹ́ kí n ṣìsọ, má jẹ́ kí n ṣìwí. And with that alone, I've already carried the energy. With that alone, I've already carried the energy, like chanting in the voice of spirit. You know, these art forms are not just performance. Some people see it as performance. Some people see it as performance, but deeply for people that are well, let me say that people that are like that are well that are spiritual. If you are performing on stage, spiritual person will know that this person performing is not something, is not only performing for us to entertain us, it's passing a lot of messages. My performance, I pass a lot of messages. My dancing, my chanting, my drumming, my steps. Sometimes I perform my and I'll be like, oh, is this me? There was a day when I was still in Nigeria. I was performing in a performance. I think it was a local festival. I think it was a local festival. And after the performance, a lot of Yeyelorisa Babalawos came to the backstage and they started like, prostrating for me, kneeling down for me. A lot of people that, that was like, my band was like, all my band was like, what is happening here? We just finished performing, and we saw a lot of old women coming to the backstage, kneeling down for me, like I was their mother. And I was like, yummy, and there was yummy, pele. And one of them speaks to me that, do you think that you just come to entertain a lot of people? People are just clapping, smiling. That I love the way she's dancing. I love the way she's beating the drum. I love the way she's chanting. No, they are passing a lot of messages about me. The way they are seeing me on stage, they are saying different things. Some people are seeing me performing on stage, and there some that are spiritual are saying something else on stage. So for me, anytime I want to go on stage, once I do my Wure, my performance is always super.
It shows the connection, spiritual connection with Olodumare and the Orisha. So that's powerful. So I want to get into you studied creative arts at the University of Lagos and worked with major institutions like Lagos State Art and Culture and the National Troupe of Nigeria. How did these experiences shape your identity as an artist?
Academic and professional journey gave me structure. It gave me depth and a broader platform. Like studying creative arts at the University of Lagos grounded me in theory and discipline. So because a lot of artists of nowadays, I'm gonna use a lot of artists nowadays that most of them don't go into theory. Most of them don't go into theory. They just think that it's something that I know how to chant, I can use my voice, I have a very good. You can have a nice voice, you can have a very good voice. But tell me if you don't have the discipline or you don't know the theory of what you do, you are doing nothing. That is why most of them, yeah, most of my colleagues, like my let me say my subordinates, my superior, always find it difficult to talk to me like, how are you doing your own? I tell them that it's not something I though I go through a lot of training back home. Everybody that knows my journey in arts knows that I traveled from one state to another to learn. I learned from a lot of people. That's why anytime I'm performing, if I want to pay homage to my let me say to my let me use my Yalorisha. If I want to pay, if I wanna play as in pay homage to my Yalorisha, I don't have one Yalorisha. I don't have one bosses. I traveled from one state to another to gather a lot of things I'm doing today. And doing all those things without going to school, without having discipline and theory is bullshit.
Yes.
I went to university before I studied creative art in University of Lagos. I've already traveled back to back. I've already traveled out of Nigeria to learn. I already went to Ghana. I traveled to Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan to learn a lot of African culture.
Wow.
And I've been employed in Lagos State Art and Culture before I enrolled myself in creative arts. My parents, my dad don't want me to do art. My dad don't want my let me say my parents, they don't want me to do art. They want me to be a banker or be a business administration, But me, as in when I got employed in Lagos State Art and Culture, I feel that I can't just say I want to be in Lagos. I have to have something I can present. Some people say education is a scam. To me, education is not a scam. Education is not a scam.
I agree with you.
If you know how to do a profession and you're not educated, my sister, my brother, forget about it. If you can dance, if you can sing, if you can chant, and you're not educated, forget about it. Because there are some performances that you go to. There are some clients that you go to. They want you to deliver your art. They want you to deliver your art beyond your own language. They want you to go into different languages. As I am now, I'm an artist. It's not. I'm not only doing, like, let me say Yoruba culture alone. I traveled out to East, I traveled to West. I can if I get a job now from an I would to speak Hausa. I'm gonna go for my assignment. I'm gonna do my assignment and look for the actual like languages to fit the event. And if my clients want me to speak English, like we want you to introduce the celebrant not only with Yoruba culture, we want you to divertly speak Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. I do my assignment and I delivered. I told most of my, let me say, most of my training, I told them that if you want to elevate in this job, you need to pass through a lot of sacrifices. You need to go deep, you need to go deeply in doing your research and assignment and education. So when I got my admission into Creative Arts of Lagos State in my year one, when I joined it, as in like I only know theory. I know theory, I still need to do practical. So
Okay.
that is what I went there to do. Most of my colleagues, when it comes to dancing, acting, drumming, they always say, "Ah, no, 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 no. What are you doing in school? You don't even need to come to school because you know the theory before." I'm only smiling. I know what I want. And when I fin when I, before I finish in University of Lagos, I got employed into National Troop of Nigeria. I resigned from Lagos State and I went to National Troop of Nigeria. I joined them. It's something that I've been doing for years. It's something I've been doing for years. So it's not new to me. I got employed there and I started, I continued my journey with them. And I run my brand.
Yeah.
I have my private band. And with that, I gained a lot of experience through National Troop of Nigeria. I gained a lot of experience working in passing through in all those places. Even though I work with private troop. Before having my own private troop, I work with a lot of private troop in Nigeria that I gain a lot of things there. So with all that, I thank Olodumare and I thank my Orisha and
Sure.
my Ancestral
That's
for
true.
guiding me throughout the journey. But most importantly, this experience taught me how to use the arts, not just to entertain, but
Okay.
to educate, to heal, to preserve our traditions,
Yes.
to educate, and to let your community feel what you carries. Because if you are in a community and you're not adding to the community, it's not a good thing. With my art, as I moved into Canada 2 years ago, I'm always using my art I'm always using my art to to pass a lot of things to my community.
Yeah. You're also the founder of Ajijobata of Africa Temple in Canada. What inspired you to establish a temple abroad, and what message do you bring to the African diaspora through your work?
When I came to Canada, I try to look for a temple, maybe temple where I can go to worship, where I can do where I can feed my head, where I can do a lot of things, where I can make a sacrifices, but I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any, and it pains me a lot. Like, I couldn't find any of the Sorry, ṣé bá mi gbé báàgì mi? Ẹ bá mi gbé báàgì mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ bá mi fi kíní sínú.
Wá Kingdom from
Okay. So it's when as I was saying that it's something that the vision that came in my dream. Like I was saying that when I get to Canada, I try to look for a temple where I can make my sacrifices, where I can go. Maybe I want to do worship or anything, but I couldn't find any. And I called one of my babalawo based in the US, and I was like, "Is this how US is?" And he said, "No, that there are a lot of temples in the US, a lot of temples," and that I was like, I'm only seeing it online. Yes, he said, yeah, they are real. A lot of temples are online. So I saw it in my dream, and I saw my Orisha dancing in the streets of a city that was cold. Imagine you seeing Orisha dancing in the winter,
That
where
sounds
everybody
amazing. Wow.
yeah, where everybody is like wearing a lot where everybody is putting on hoodie, jacket, and you saw your Orisha dancing inside the winter.
Wow.
I was so inspired now, and I was like, where am I seeing? I saw that in my dream, and I called my Baba one. I told him that this is what I see in my dream, and he said, "Oh, iṣẹ́ irú ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbà náà ló ti fẹ́ gbà yẹn." Like the Orisha job that you are trying to boycott, that you are when you are in Nigeria, you are always boycotting using
Yes.
your art to give excuse that I can't come to Ileifa today, I can't come to Ilosha today. Oh, so that is how they want to show you. So when I
Yes.
saw that, and I keep okay, something I can work, and I called a lot of people, and I told them I want to do this in Canada. How will I go about it? And I start the processing. And I give thanks to Olodumare and the ancestors and all the Orisha that when I started the journey last year with the backup of some of my families, like my families in the Sheshe, that is when I started propagating the Sheshe in Canada here, that they saw me, and they all came together and put me through. And I give thanks to Olodumare. By this time of next year, we're gonna be celebrating the Carnival in Canada.
That's powerful, especially how you saw it in your dream before actually, bringing it into manifestation. So you can truly see that it is your work, your destiny.
Yeah, because I believe that the Orisha Carnival is gonna bring like visibility to our sacred traditions in a way that's joyful, unifying, and empowering. It's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful thing to watch people of all backgrounds celebrating their own heritage culture. In Canada, yeah, I've been to a lot of gardens that you see Indians celebrating their own culture, and I'll be like, even though Indians brings in their masquerade, and I'm always like, oh my god, do you guys have masquerade in India? And they said yes, we do have masquerade. You see all of them, or Indians here, you see all of them bowing down,
Yeah.
laying down for their ancestors. And I was like, oh my God. I've been to a lot of gardens here in Canada that they all came together and support that, and they support their tradition, they support themselves and bring in their tradition into this country. And they're always proud of it. We all sit down, we all stand up and watch them the way they are propagating their own culture. So why can't we blacks, or like, okay, let me say, why can't we Yorubas also do that,
Yeah.
and let people learn and see our beautiful culture, that we have a lot of culture where they can learn, a culture that can heal, a culture that can pass message, that can help the community.
That's so important. I stand with you on that. Thank you for the gift, yo. I stand with you on that because you will see, and if you go do your nails, you'll see in the Asian shop they have their Buddha and they'll have their stuff that they're, how do you say, worshiping and believing in, venerating. So it's true. Us as Africans, we should also venerate our own, and so that's amazing. It's a great thing you're doing. So I want to get into that. So for people far from their roots, reconnecting with African spirituality like Ifa Isese and Orisa tradition, it can be challenging. How do you help your community abroad embrace these traditions with
Obedience.
authenticity and respect?
Balance comes from obedience to spirit. You know, so I prioritize constant spiritual practice like prayer, divination, ritual that keeps me grounded. And I also have a strong support system like students, elders, community. I don't do it alone. I say it before, I don't do it alone. I pour what I have in me. I share my own idea and I call people into it. Okay, let's come together, let's do this together. And we all sit down together. Lọ́lọ́mọ mi ṣílẹ̀kùn fún un. Ṣílẹ̀kùn wọlé sáré parí ọkọ̀ tí mo ṣe nígbà. Ṣé wàá jí mo dọ̀ mí lọ́tún lọ ni? So because like I'm saying that I have a lot of supporter like students, elders, community, like I don't do it alone. And as I pour into others, I also allow time to be poured into through rest, reflection, and spiritual renewal. It's a very big challenging for me
Yes.
because it's not something that someone can just stand up a day. Building a temple back in Nigeria as well, I know what it takes for Babalorisha or Babalawo to get a temple on himself. I know what it takes. I know a lot of things that let me so underline to you. I know a lot of things that comes with it, a lot of challenges that come with it. So with that challenges, I just I stand strong. Like I'm always everybody that knows me that I'm just a woman. Or I'm saying let me say I'm just a lady outside, but inside me I'm a man because I'm always standing up. I'm always saying, okay, I want to do this. People be like, are you a man? Why are you always walking like a man? Why are you always acting like a man? Why you always every even though my mom always says up to now that why you always as in anytime you said you want to do something, you're gonna stand say I'm gonna do it because for the from all our orishas that we have, we all had everything, all what they did in their lifetime. We all know their strength. We all know that they are always going that okay, we're gonna fight it to the end. That's how I operated. That's why I do everything I do. I'm always standing on my own. I'm always facing all the challenges. And with the help of Urumole and my Orusha, I'm always coming out strong and I'm always getting a good result out of it. The road might be bent, might be rough, but at the end of the day, I'm always giving thanks to Olodumare and all the Barumoles. And I put Barumoles to keep guiding me and protecting me throughout the journey.
That's very powerful, and we just think that you truly living in your purpose, and even though it may seem very challenging, um, you still stand strong with your connection to Olodumare and Dorisha. They give you strength to fulfill what you're meant to do, on this earth, and that's very powerful and inspiring. So I want to get into the Orisha Carnival in Canada. It's groundbreaking, a celebration of Ifa Isese Orisha spirituality, presented with elegance and unity. What inspired this vision, and how has the experience been for you as its founder?
What inspired me most is when I went outside to a garden.
Okay.
When I went outside to a garden to go to to go to an event where other countries are celebrating their ancestors.
Yeah.
I give reference like Indians. Indians here, they have a lot of temple here. If they want to do anything, they invited us. If you want to go, you go. So a lot of things inspired me. I went to India. I saw Indians where they kneel down for their ancestors
Yes.
in an open place that we have thousands of people watching them. People from India, people from Nigeria, people from US, people from Tanzania, and all Indians. They all bow down. They all kneel down. Being an elderly person, be a young person, they all kneel down for their ancestors and they are doing their incantation. So why won't I, as an African, as a black woman, don't want to bring out my own tradition for people to see?
That's powerful.
The amazing part of it is that there's no Indian that you're gonna see in this country or any part of the world that you won't see their own. You know, we always wear our own ileke Orisha. They also have their own. They also have their own wristband that they put on their hand that I get identify them. Some Indians, if you want to know they are married, they have their own. They have their own ileke that you see in their hand that you know that this person I'm seeing is married. For the man are also, if you want to know that a man is married in India, they have what they put on their hand to know that they are married. If you want to know someone is a widower, you're gonna see they have everything that identify them.
Yeah.
And we are always hiding under the corner, saying we don't want to bring out what we met, our own heritage. We are always ashamed of it that we don't want to bring it out. So
So
all those things inspired me.
yes.
Before I relocated from Nigeria to Canada here, a lot of things inspired me in Nigeria that I would be like, wow, I'm gonna do this. If I go to because the way we all celebrate our Ifa festival in Nigeria is different. If you go to Egba, all those if you go to Oshogbo, if you go to Ijebu in Nigeria, they all have the way they celebrate their own festivals.
It's true.
If we all see it online that people always nagging online, fighting themselves, especially people fighting themselves, saying that this is not how they do it. You can't tell me this is how they do it. The way I do my own in my father's house is different from the way you do your own in your father's house. So you can't tell me that this is how I'm practicing my own in my father's house. You have to practice it. It's not possible. We are all practicing the same tradition. We are all practicing the same religion.
That's a powerful point that you made right there. It's so true
Yeah,
because we always look how we can divide ourselves instead of trying to find a commonality in things. So
that's what I'm
it's very
saying.
powerful what you're saying.
That's why if I'm strolling on my phone and I met myself in on a live and what they are discussing there doesn't align with my spirit, I left there.
Yeah.
And if it is a platform that I know that what they are saying there is something I can learn, I stay there. If I'm going out, if I'm going to work anywhere, I'm always having my own jotter with me. If I don't want to type on system, I'm always writing. People that knows me knows I'm always writing. I learn every day. I learn from adults, I learn from children every fucking day.
Yes.
So if I'm streaming on live and I saw people discussing, abusing themselves, that we all say we want to bring out our own father's heritage, our own mother's heritage, and we are fighting ourselves over it. I don't do that. I don't discriminate. If I see the way you do your Orisha festival, I applaud you. I ask question if I'm lost at a point. Not me saying that that's not how they do it. The way I do my own in my father's house is different from the way you do your own in your father's house.
That's
We are all promoting our Orisha, our Igbaru Mole.
That's
We are
important.
helping, we are helping our evening. So a lot of things inspired me.
Yeah.
When
So
I go to garden,
I
I
also,
see people the way they're celebrating
I,
everything. So
yeah, I
it's
also wanted to
inspired me a
ask
lot.
you as well, how has the experience been for you? Like, you talk about, how it inspired you and you made a lot of good points. But can you share like the feelings, like how has the experience been for you as its founder? I'm sure it's been very uplifting and, joyful. Like it's the carnival, the one that you created for in Canada.
You mean the inspiration, right?
I mean, like you creating that for the diaspora and for people to celebrate the Orisha. How has that part, if that experience, been for you?
As I'm saying that the road is not something that you wanna buy a land and build a house on it in the same day. Rome was not built in a day. It's a gradual process.
Yeah.
I'm going through all the process gradually. I'm going through all the process gradually, from one place to another, from one step to another,
Yeah.
from one ebo to another ebo. Because there's nothing I want to do, I consult first. I want to share experience on one of my let me say my brother that I met on TikTok. I met him on TikTok, but he has been very 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 helpful for me for this social carnival I'm planning. And this person is not a traditionalist. He's a Muslim. He
Wow.
even went to Mecca. I just met him on TikTok. I was the one I went to I go straight to his DM. He based in Canada and said, "Ah, can I get the contact?" And he gave me his contact. I scheduled a meeting with him. I drove like 2 hours to where he lives. We met in a coffee shop and I told him that, oh, hey, this is my name, this is me. He said he has been following me for a while. He appreciates my me and promoting the culture that he really appreciated. And I said, okay, this is my vision. Before I invited a lot of people to the planning, that's the first person. That's the first person that I told about my vision, that I have vision for this. And he said, oh, it's fine. It's something that he loves to do. And I told him that anything, if you want to go on the journey with me, I've told you who I am. I'm a traditionalist. So anything we want to do, we're gonna consult. So anytime I called him, even though it's late at night, beside his wife, he's gonna tell his wife that my business partner is just he make jokes of it. So my business partner is calling me. I told him, I make a consultation for what where we are going tomorrow. If I say we shouldn't go tomorrow, we have to make some sacrifices. I don't have money with me. He said, don't worry, how much is the money? Send the account to me. He always is if I'm broke, I told him that bro, if I say we should make able, we should make this. He assisted me in every part of it.
That's amazing.
He has a lot of things that he has done for me. Because in Canada here, before you can achieve your that kind of standard of festival you're looking up to, you have to go through some processes. Not like where we are coming from. That can say I want to celebrate my Oshun festival this afternoon. And I call people and I started playing at the front of my house. We can't do that here. You have to go through processing. You go to the registration of the festival. We go into writing to the IRCC so that they can give us code for all the practitioners, all the shishi practitioners all over the world that want to come. If they have the code, if they have the IRCC code, it's easier for them to put in their visa and they granted the visa. Even though one of the committee was saying that we should celebrate the festival this year anyhow. I told them I can't do that. I can't do that kind of a festival without bringing all the old Risha. How will you feel? You see me posting online that we are celebrating Risha Carnival in Canada, and you are not seeing all the old Risha that you are expected to see. You're just seeing people putting on jeans, playing DJ,
Exactly.
singing, dance. How will you feel?
Yeah.
You'll be like, but if we celebrated it the way it should be, people will want to come next. People will be like, oh, when is it happening again? I need to come, I need to come, I need to come. Example for the Isheshe Day, the one we celebrated in Canada here. Likewise, we celebrated this in the UK. I
Yeah.
saw some also in the US. A lot of people start sending me DM in Canada here. That they do Isheshe, but because they are here, they don't see people that practice it. They're saying that we didn't broadcast it. I said we broadcasted it on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. We started posting like 6 months before the festival. But people they want to see what you have before they can say I want to patronize you. I want to go into what you're doing.
Yeah.
So with everything and with the help of Ibarumole, with the help of Oludumare, we are still in the process. And I know by this time next year we're gonna be celebrating it. If I do sumo, we're gonna travel from where you are to celebrate it
Yes,
with us.
of course. I would love to come. Oh my gosh, it would be truly an honor to come and be there and witness it and be a part of something so great. You're a powerful woman. To me, you're not just a woman. You're like Orisha. I swear, what you're doing, please. I know you're not going to give up, but please don't give up either because you're doing something great for not only Nigerians but even people in the diaspora to come and bring your dreams to life. It's not an ordinary thing that you're doing, and you're backed up by Olodumare and the Orisha and the Renee. So wow,
I swear.
you're really truly an inspiration to us in the Ifa Isese and Orisa community. So wow. So I want to ask you this question. We're finally going to close off the interview. So you've touched countless lives through your art and teaching. When you think about your legacy, what do you hope people will say about Ajijobata of Africa in generations to come?
So all the legacy that all the Orisha passed on is what we are following now. Like people and you know that life is not straight. Everybody, you can't say everybody should like you. You can't say you want to be the man or the woman of everybody. Some people will appreciate what you do. Why some people will say, what is she doing? We all had all the story of all this our Orisha. We had all the story of Oshun. We had the story of Oshun, how a lot of people abusing Oshun because she doesn't have, what I'm trying to say. I don't want to go deeply into the story. But at
Exactly.
the end of the day, everybody bow for her.
Mm.
She faced all the challenges. Likewise, Oya. Likewise, a lot of all the Barumoles, they all face the challenge. Even though Orumila faced a lot of challenges. That it will be like, yeah, Orumila will be like, okay, go. That he will have a lot of people that is feeding in his palace, and some people are still ganging up on him. At the end of the day, they betray Orumila. But still yet, Orumila stand on his truth. He stand on his feet. He stand on his own, on what he believes on. He stand on what Olodumare asks him to come and do in the life of we human beings. So some people will really appreciate everything we do. Wọ́n ní pé àtẹ́lẹwọ́ ẹni la fi ń sọ̀yà. Yoruba people always say like, we always everything that he knows how to do, continue doing it. If some people are not applauding you, the Orisha or the ancestors you are representing is seeing your hard working. He's crowning he's crowning all your efforts. Wọ́n nígbà tá a bá lọ tán, wọ́n ní ká dijú ká ṣe bí ẹni tó kú. káwọn ẹni tó fẹ́ràn wa. Whereby people say, let's pretend like we are dead and see the true people that really loves you. Just pretend like close your eyes like, and people started crying, oh my god, she's gone, he's gone. And let's see people that's gonna appreciate that, when she was alive, when she's alive, this is what she do, this is what she do. So my whole legacy, I'm putting all I'm putting everything I know how to do. I'm putting it together. I'm putting it on together. And I leave everything to Olodumare. Olodumare always crown us based on our hard work.
Yes.
That's why I see a lot of people that they are doing businesses. A lot of people going into real estate job, but they don't crown what they do. It's not as if they don't know how to, it's not as if they are not doing it the right way. But Olodumare has not crowned what they are doing. But definitely a day, Olodumare is going to crown it. That's what I say. Everything we knows how to do very well, we should continue doing it. Olodumare is seeing our hearts. The Igbarumole is seeing our hearts. Some human beings are seeing your heart. They are seeing how you how hard you are putting all the strength, everything you know how to do. Same as life. Your phone, I don't call no one. Then see who calls back. I don't understand that. Like, yeah.
It's okay.
Yes. So that is what I mean. My legacy. I know we all the Gbarumole, we are all talking about them and we are all representing them. We are all coming outside saying that I'm Oshoshewa, I'm Ifado Sumu, I'm Kinikon Ifa, because they passed a good legacy that we want to be like them.
Yeah.
So I am trying my best in my own little way to pass a lot of things that when we also left this world to join our ancestors, people will be like, oh my God, Ajijobata. We all see all these artists. I want to use artists that they are all gone, that they left this world. Their names still we still remember their name. They still celebrated them because when in their lifetime they do good to everyone and put in a lot of hard hard work in everything they do. That's why I'm always telling everybody that everything you do in this life, always put all your energy there, and always have a very clean mind, a clean heart towards everything you are doing. If you have a clean heart towards everything you are doing, everything is going to be going smoothly. And Olodumare is going to crown your hard work. So I pray to Olodumare and Igbarimole to crown all our hard working.
Thank you so much. I truly enjoyed this time with you, and it's powerful. Like I said before, it's so inspiring. Your work is something that is ordained from Orun. Like you have a big destiny, and thank you for living it out and sharing your art and the culture with everyone in not only Nigeria but in the diaspora. The work you're doing is very big, very amazing, and much needed. So thank you for blessing us with your presence, your wisdom, and your truth. Your journey shows that when we honor our ancestors and express their spirits through our gifts, we keep the heartbeat of Africa alive, no matter where we are in the world. You are truly a cultural icon, a voice of preservation, and a reminder that art and spirit are one and the same. To everyone watching, continue to support Ajijobata of Africa by following her work and attending the Orisa Carnival in Canada, an event that celebrates the richness of our traditions with grace and excellence. Please follow her on TikTok here at Ajijobata of Africa. Sorry. And so, if you have any other platforms, you can shout it out to so people can find you, or if they want to book you for like if they need chanters or dancers or.
Okay, thank you, Yeyelorisa. Ifa Isese, thank you for having me today, and thank you for creating this platform, place of Ifa, for us to know each other, for us to learn from each other. One thing I'm always saying in this life, that this life is as in this life, this world is wide enough for all birds to fly from one place to another.
Yes.
We should embrace ourselves. We should encourage ourselves. We should be united. We should unite ourselves as an oníṣẹ̀ṣe. We should not be discriminating, saying what this person is doing is not right, calling ourselves out. Me, Ajijobata of Africa, I'm always saying to people that I want people to see my spirit alive when I'm gone. I want people to say, I found my way back. I find my way back home. I want food. When I met Ajijobata, I found my way back home. I want future generation to say, oh, because of Ajijobata of Africa, I know who I am. I can mention a lot of people that, because through them, I know who I am. Through them, through my Yeyelorisa, I give kudos to that woman. Back then, she will keep dragging me. She will keep dragging me. She really helps me in my journey. So I want people also to say, because of Ajijobata, I found myself back home. I know who I am. I walk in the footsteps of my own ancestrals. That is why I keep on moving like this. I walk in their footsteps. I keep on going, diving into their footsteps, and I carry my culture with pride. I carry my culture everywhere I go to, anywhere I want to go to, being in the midst of white people, black people, being in the midst of presidents, being in the midst of governor. I carried my culture with pride. So I really thank you for creating this platform for us to share, to share a little of experience and learn more. So for people, if you want to book me, you can go on Instagram. My name is I'm Ajijobata of Africa on Instagram, on TikTok, Ajijobata of Africa. My email is attached to my TikTok. My email is attached to my Instagram, and on my Facebook. People can reach me through my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I responded to DMs that are valuable. You can't just come to me and say, hello, I love you. I can't. You know how people do. Some people will just come to your DM and be like, if I don't without anything to learn or anything to ask.
Make your point clear in the first sentence.
Because a lot of people will just come to your DM saying Aboruboye. They won't say. I have thousands of DMs on TikTok. Thousands of DMs. Anytime I posted a video, maybe where they see me dancing, shaking my bum bum, they think otherwise. They think welcome. They think a lot of things upstairs.
Yeah.
They don't sit down to learn from what the person posted. The person is passing messages. You are coming to DM and saying, hello, Ifa Isese, Aboruboye Yao, I love you. It's crazy, man.
So please make sure you follow her. Make sure if you need to book a drummer or a chanter in your next celebration or anything, please don't forget to book her at Ajijobata of Africa here on TikTok. You can DM her, as she said. Thank you for everyone who shared, who liked, who followed. So we're gonna be ending the live now. Thank you again to Ariyike, Ajijobata of Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
You are
And
welcome.
so we're gonna stay in touch, and you guys don't forget to follow us. May Olodumare continue to bless you.
Ashe.
May your Ori
Ashe.
continue to guide you. May your
Ashe.
ancestors and the Orisha continue to protect you on your spiritual journey. Thank you
Ashe.
for Odabo.
Ashe. Ashe. Thank you, that boy, Yanifa.